Hello and welcome to another video blog from home. Today on A Virgo Talks Menopause, I'm going to be talking why you can be constantly hungry and craving sugar in the menopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. This is something I get asked by an awful lot of women. Why am I hungry all the time? Why am I craving sweet things and sugary things? So there's really a lot of good research on this, and it's something that is definitely very, very common amongst perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause women. So the main reasons are, well, you've got hormones basically. There are two hormones that control our hunger and our appetite. One is called ghrelin, and ghrelin stimulates your appetite, and there's one called leptin, which tells your brain when you've had enough. Now, normally these two are kept in balance quite nicely, but what studies have shown in the perimenopause especially is that the level of ghrelin goes up. So you end up becoming more hungry, and then it becomes more difficult for the leptin to tell your brain that you've had enough. So not only do you eat more, but you crave more and you feel hungrier a lot of the time. Other thing that can happen is, again, they found that in the menopause, as your estrogen starts to fall, that you tend to get an increase in appetite just generally. And we think it may just be to do with all the physical changes that are going on in the body. The body thinks it needs more of everything in order to keep itself stable. And the other thing that can happen is falling estrogen can also interfere with our blood sugar control. So it doesn't keep itself in check. And again, that will make you crave more sugary things and more sweet things and more carbohydrate things. But when you do that, it shoots your blood sugar levels up, it gives you a hit, but then there's a very quick fall, which makes you crave the whole things all over again. So it can become a bit of a cycle where you just seem to be craving sweet things, eating sweet things, feeling better, feeling lousy, and wanting to start everything all over again. The other main thing it can be, especially at this time, is there is emotional eating. That's me. Whenever I'm stressed, whenever I'm anxious, I always tend to eat more and crave more of the baddies. When we're stressed, we want these quick fixes. We want something that's going to make us feel better now. And basically that's just your carbohydrates, your sugary things, your sweets. They're also more comforting. They make us feel better generally. But again, you're going to get that big sugar hit. Your blood sugars are going to go all over the place. And this is going to continue. You're going to crave and crave and crave all the time. Poor sleep is another one, believe it or not. If you're getting bad nights because of stress and anxiety, or you're getting woken up with flushes or night sweats, then that is going to alter your brain reward system. What happens then is that basically it induces unhealthy cravings again for carbohydrates, usually the next day. And the National Sleep Foundation suggested that if you do not get enough sleep, then the following day you can end up eating about 300 calories more than you would after a good night's sleep. So you can imagine that if you're having a lot of bad nights, then these extra calories on a daily basis can soon creep up, and that can be a big factor in weight gain at this particular time as well. So what can you do to help this? Really important thing here is to try and avoid the carbohydrates, the sugary foods, the comforting foods, because they trigger this unhealthy cycle. So it's about introducing more protein foods into the diet, a little bit of healthy fats, and loads of veg and a little bit of fruit. And you do find that once you can get these carbs and sugary foods out the way, that the less you eat, the less you crave, and the better you will feel both physically and emotionally as well. Snack healthily too, you know, try not to have the biscuits and the cakes and the chocolates around if you can possibly help it. I know for me snacks can be my downfall, and I've learnt, especially being at home, is I just don't buy anything that is going to tempt me, and then that keeps everything definitely out the way. We will have super snack recipes in our food hub on our website, so please do have a look if you want some simple and easy to make ideas for those snacks in between meals. Some women find eating little and often keeps their blood sugars a lot more stable, so that's something you can maybe try, especially if you tend to go 4 or 5 hours between meals and you're not eating anything, because that again will start this whole craving process off again. Remember the water. They do say that very often hunger is mistaken for thirst. So if you feel that you're getting these cravings, you're getting hungry a lot, especially if you are having a lot of hot flushes or night sweats, then have a small glass of water first of all before you eat anything, just to see if it's thirst rather than hunger that's affecting you. And if it's the thirst, then you will feel better really quite quickly. Stress, if you find that the emotional eating is creeping in, then look at lovely stress remedies. We have a lovely licensed one called Avena Calm. If you find that your cravings are really getting out of hand, then we have one of the lovely flower essences called Craving Essence, and that can often help just to keep those cravings at bay as well. I hope you found this one interesting. It's something that definitely affects me on a regular basis, and I have to be very strict with my carb intake, otherwise it just goes all over the place. So hopefully it's helped you. If any of you have any tips for helping to cut the cravings at bay, or if you have any really lovely healthy snack ideas, we would love to hear from you. So until then, I'll see you shortly for another video at home.